have figured out how to use it. Especially because some of the emblems were also buffed, and it's actually really good against some of the other meta heroes. It's gonna be Flying Clouds and the band Sora, Grok, Fanny, and Jushin. This is what, Alter Ego really poising to first pick that Freya.
Yeah. I wonder if they're willing to pull the trigger and if SRG are ready for it. Grok, Fanny, Jushin has been the consistent bans against Alter Ego today. Not just this series, today.
First year of our Lord, 2026. The World of Mobile Legends in the biggest tournament, most competitive M series at that, lower bracket finals, the day where SRG, Alter Ego, as well as Team Liquid played, it's Freya, which is the linchpin of the draft.
Butterflies born by thy wish.
Yep, they just changed the order, but it's technically still Grok and Fanny. I've already written down. I'm assuming that Red 3 is Fanny.
If the Fanny is picked up, would you think that SRG will eventually pick it up? I think there's a world where they actually do that.
Yeah.
There's the Kalea ban. Alright, so Jushin was banned. If this is Fanny and not Freya, first pick for Alter Ego will 100% be Arfi's hero.
Yeah, get either that Claude or the Leomord. Claude or the Freya. But if I'm SRG, I think I'm willing to ban the Freya. At this point, you really have to acknowledge the sheer audacity of the pick.
Yep.
Or the lack of banning.
Yeah.
If they let it through.
Yeah.
And I think that's just so beneficial, right? Because they can also pick the Fanny third pick if it actually comes to that. But they might be also scared about the Fanny for Alter Ego. Finally!
Oh, there you go.
Respect!
Respect!
The crowd goes wild.
The crowd goes wild.
The metagame is cracked open.
It is. But the Claude is left open for Alter Ego to take.
Yeah, and Arfi's a pretty damn good Claude.
That's right.
He can just let SRG, if the Claude ends up going to the hands of Alter Ego, they can't be distracted of whatever's in the jungle. They need to pressure the gold lane. Because if Arfi can farm, then AE can win. I think that's the best way to put it. If he can farm, they can win.
Now that Farsa was the first pick for Alter Ego, SRG can actually snatch that pick. Pick up the Hilda to go with it. I think Claude Hilda is such a good opener for SRG. If in case Leomord or Fanny is the pickup for Alter Ego, at least they will have a good opener already.
Yeah.
Oh,
they want that control, they want that aggression. I think Alter Ego might end up with a high loss later on, considering just how good they play it together, the high loss and Farsa.
And it's a great unboxing hero.
Yeah. So it is Hilda, and it is Claude.
The Claude, yep.
As expected, the Alter Ego, they might not pick up the Leomord anymore, but they might be showing off with the Fanny if in case they will pick that up. However, the Uranus seems like a good idea for Alter Ego to pick up in this early to this game, especially how good they are with that hero.
How crazy would it be if they go Uranus here in blue 2-3, and then find a way to flex it into the jungle for 4-5?
That's not crazy at all.
Yep.
That will definitely be the case.
We now know it's not overcooked.
Yeah, it's not overcooked. That's the Granger and the Fanny.
Never mind.
There you go.
Not bad.
I thought they wouldn't be willing to play considering that they have the Hilda on the other side, but Alter Ego, one thing about them, they love their comfort.
They love their comforts. Now for SRG, I want to go for the Eve now. Or maybe Valentina. Valentina looks good right now because I'm pretty sure that we will be banned out if SRG does not pick that up right now.
Lunox is also available.
But there is no good Lunox target so far.
Not yet. Nothing to shred. Yeah.
Nothing to shred yet. Fanny will just outrun that Lunox. Eventually, the Granger just gun him down. I think you're better off with the Valentina if you're SRG. Or perhaps the Uranus.
Drop the beat of the flash. Your team.
Joy Claude. Okay.
They will match fire with fire. They want aggression, and it makes sense.
That's good.
You're looking at the Farsa and the Granger. SRG, instead of looking directly at the Fanny, they thought, wait, we already have the Hilda, that's fine. We have to deal with the jungle first. We have to deal with the mid lane and the gold laner first, I mean. Pick up the Joy now. I didn't expect it. but I respect the game.
It's I would say it's risky at this point. Although, so far, what they can do is to ban out the anti-Joy heroes from the roam role.
Yeah.
Maybe a Cho, maybe a Tigreal if it comes to that.
Even in the EXP lane, they might have to consider banning out the Phoveus, but they might even pick it up for themselves.
There's a roam that only very specifically Alec uses. Did well against the Hilda earlier in the series.
Alter Ego identifies the Phoveus can be a red 4 pick.
Yeah.
Ban it out. Obviously, Fanny hates playing up against that hero.
How crazy would it be if SRG has their own swerve of their own and then suddenly flex the Hilda into the EXP, then they pick up a Badang and roam?
Yeah, but that actually works. Great versus Farsa. Stellar against Fanny. That is a valid pickup. And you know what? Even Grab can play it.
Yeah, wait,
XP Badang.
XP Badang also.
If it comes to
Yeah,
that.
we're leaning a little bit more towards the crazier ideas of what to expect. But the Uranus, I think, was brought up earlier. Might actually be good for SRG.
It is actually really good. It has good synergy with their heroes. It provides them that sponge in the front lines, and it will allow them to take the objectives much more comfortable. Especially because the Esmeralda Phoveus, as well as this Alice banned out, I don't think that there will be more choices here for Cram.
What's left?
I don't know.
Badang, Lapu-Lapu.
Padang, yeah, Lapu-Lapu.
Uranus.
Might just go for the Valentina as in this specific slot though. Kasi that means that yeah, you will have the perfect hero. You can still manage to have this flex on your Hilda as well.
Yeah. So you keep the mystery.
You keep the mystery. Valentina. Oh
There we
well,
go.
okay. As expected, I mean,
Yeah.
Honest.
super honest. Alter Ego, what is your shred now?
They don't have the damage anymore. It's Roman EXP they're playing for.
That's right.
So they're looking for management, not shred. Oh man, are they
Yeah,
just...
Franco?
Oh, I wouldn't mind suppress. If they can go something like a Kaja or a Franco over the Cho, that would not be too crazy. High loss also still works in the sense that you just have that quick stun to dish on the Claude or the Joy.
Yep.
If they pick up the Badang, what would be... Yeah, I can't think of any other good XP here.
There's the high loss.
Pick up that, just pick up the high.
What's in XP?
Hunt begins.
That is Ruby.
Oh wait,
Anti-Joy.
Okay.
the pool on Alter Ego is something else.
Now the Lunox's stock has increased so much.
Yeah.
I think it's really good for SRG now. It's just so good against the heroes of Alter Ego. You don't want to go for the Valentina anymore.
Yep.
There's a winning matchup.
Winning matchup, you want to pick up the Lunox now.
Tina said, I hope they're not thinking about something like a Kagura.
Kagura will not be effective at all.
Yep.
Or,
Please don't.
I think the worst is Zetian. I mean, not the worst, but one of the choices. I mean,
So Zet or Lunox?
It's a choice of all time.
it's a choice of all time.
They played more Zet than Lunox.
Or Odette if they're crazy. Lilia. I don't necessarily like it. I think Fanny kind of likes playing against Lilia amongst...
Yeah.
Very little interaction.
Oh, on one side, you force out the black shoes, and you have the black shoes to survive. On the other side, Ruby and Hylos are not happy about it.
Yeah. But then again, you know what? Brigida is casting. We're going to a game 5 for sure. I think this is SRG going in for game number 4.
Leo?
I think that Lilia pick was the linchpin. Storm was given the option, Lunox or Lilia. This was what the mage strategy shows. I think SRG might take us all the way.
Will we go to game number 5? For me, I'm leaning a little bit Alter Ego. I don't know why, there's just something in the air. Maybe I'm just getting convinced by the crowd. Well, we have one more game. Let's see if this is going to be it or if we're going to go all the way. Naisu, Trex, and Brigida to tell the
Till
story.
the enemy reaches the
I'll tell you what's in the air.
Smash
It's a
them.
Fanny. And that might be one of the integral parts to make this draft work if they want to end it
Welcome
here
to Mobile
for
Legends.
Alter Ego. Can SRG extend the series? Well, they've got an interesting draft to possibly make that happen. This is, again, very different from what we saw in the last series and then in the last couple of games, but it could work here.
Yep, and we're seeing Nino on another unique hero pick. It's going to be the Ruby in his hands this time. But I think going back to the entire conversation where we left off, or where the panelists left off about the Lilia, it's, I guess there could be a lot of arguments regarding or surrounding this hero. Because if you were to look at the lineup of Alter Ego Esports, even in terms of range, right, Hijume, Hijume be Hijume. I could really expect the burst damage to come through, the constant pokes to at least make Stormy feel a bit more awkward, and the range coupled with the Granger, I feel like could deal with a lot of the pressure that Stormy could do, but that doesn't take away the fact that, yeah, it could pose a threat towards the front lines, mainly Alec and Nino.
Okay. Looking at the emblems here. Again, I like that we also get in Game 4 these more aggressive, faster-paced junglers that are going to be picked up. The only thing is for Yasuke, he's got to be, he's got to be a little more careful of how, like, not getting behind, purple buff being taken from him, pressured there if he can. Yeah, you've got a little defensiveness now for Innocent, rolling with his tenacity, just to have a little more durability on this Claude because of the fact that also, yeah, you have a Fanny across from you. So definitely one of those things. And yeah, I think even for myself here, I didn't expect the Lilia to come through this draft. I was almost expecting the Lunox there, but for the most part, maybe Stormy's idea is also just, as long as he can avoid getting set up.
A lot of damage from Yasuke, already picking up the first blood.
Ouch.
Flying through the air.
Okay, yeah. I guess one way around it could be when Stormy feels confident enough to just keep throwing out the glooms and then using the black shoes to get out, and then there's really decent cleanup you could expect from Sekai's and Innocent, like the dives, but the thing is, Alter Ego, they're the ones starting the fights.
Okay, Yasuke putting the pressure there.
Whoa.
So they're fine, but here's the thing, Turtle, pretty much for the clear taking for SRG, as they should be able to secure it. They have control of this area. Yasuke at no angle there to go forward, but because of the first blood, that's something that SRG is going to want to be wary of. The scaling that can happen here for Yasuke. We know he likes the Fanny, he can play it really well. We've seen Fanny pop up now from Swiss stages up to this point, and it has been able to snowball some of these lineups, some of these compositions, and get wins pretty quickly. And so for SRG, they've got to be cautious of that. And I think, again, this lineup does allow them to...
Oh! On a Uranus!
That's what I was talking about, man. The snowball potential is huge.
Yeah.
On the Fanny.
The amount of hold you see from Alter Ego works so well for them. It buys enough time for heroes or players like Yasuke to actually dish out the damage. But on the other hand, SRG, who could you actually expect to hold down Yasuke? Because I feel like this is another recurring problem that we see constantly in the previous games. It was once a problem for RP on the Freya, now he's not. It's a fatty on Yasuke, but the cables don't land.
Alec.
A little bit of damage on Alec. Yasuke locking on to Innocent, but Yasuke's in a bad spot
No
now.
energy.
No energy.
The cutthroat, but he still falls. Yooms able to pick up the kill.
I'm not sure what the plan was there. Yasuke was going to maybe just get some information. I don't think he actually meant to go for a steal in the purple.
He did miss a couple cables before
He
that.
missed the cables, and now this is what I'm talking about, the pressure on his purple buff for him not to get it.
Is he still... Who did end up getting that?
It's a Sky.
Guys,
Yeah.
he didn't use Retro, but still was able to secure it.
This is the, I guess, the risk reward, right, of picking up the Fanny. You miss a couple cables early on too. That's going to set you back a bit, but nonetheless, they still hold on to a lead. Guys jumping in the mid.
Guys, down comes Glorious Pathway. Electrifying Beats does go off, but he's not able to connect onto any. Yes, you missed the purple buff, but you said it right. Alter Ego still holds a gold lead, and the leveling between Sekai's and Yasuko is still even.
Yeah.
Mid
Doom's flickered
again?
for that too, by the way.
Made. Barely able to get away there, but Crypt! Thunder! Gets the kill. Nino gonna try to slow him down. Here comes Yasuke, looking for the cutthroat, able to get it and get the kill. So 1-for-1, but I do like the kill going into the hands of Yasuke there.
They're trading kills for the objectives right now. Alec.
Alec won't be able to get away from this.
All right. Alec goes down. Not sure if that was actually necessary either, but that's what's happening, right? They're trading objectives. They're getting kills, and a lot of that damage that's coming out from Yasuke he's got the Blade of Hepsies. He's got to make sure he locks in his buffs, though. He needs to be able to get that point, and SRG's not letting up.
Big feather airstrike, Black Shoes still takes a shot to the face. But the thing is this is what Alter Ego wants.
Yeah.
This is what they want every time. They want to bring out the worst in you and make you fight them head on. That's how they always get you. And if SRG continues to play this way, it might just fall into Alter Ego's hands.
Yeah, they're gonna focus on the gold lane though. It's clear that they really want Innocent to have the advantage, and so far they're actually making it work. There's been team fight participation for Innocent here, 2 out of 3 kills. He's a level ahead of RP. and he hasn't been caught by Yasuke. That was the only instance Yasuke could have actually taken out Innocent.
Yep.
But I guess it was a miscalculation on his part because he already missed a couple cables. He did lack some energy. He could have walked away from the threat of 3 members of SRG, but he didn't. Now he is starting to feel the pressure from SRG just the same. RP already losing his tier 1 turret allows for so much room for SRG to group up together, and that's what you don't want if you're Yasuke looking for some early pickoffs in the stages of the game.
At some point, too, Nino's Ruby pick might play a part of these objectives, these fights that they're looking for. Now, the difficulty of that is you're working against 2 Purifies, of course, which we expect. Cram, he should be able to get away. I mean, he is on the Uranus. Nino's making his way up top. Oh, they follow through.
I'm offended. What's the Destinata onto Cram, and Cram goes down along with the feathered airstrike. Alter Ego Esports find pickoffs.
Right on cue. As I was saying, Nino's Ruby is always going to come into play, and it does that. Now Turtle's up. This might be actually a Turtle that can be contested and secured up by Alter Ego Esports. For SRG, they're still going and maintaining most of this. Again, for Innocent to continue to build up, he's going to be fine. Yums will go ahead and rotate down for this, as they do want to fight for this last Turtle. Eyes in position.
There, I'm offended onto 2. Nino still on the run though. Blazing Duet in the backside. Innocent picks up Nino. Alec gonna be next. For that airstrike though. Lands on a Yums, but Yums able to flicker, and here comes Cram for Hijume once again.
Oh, Yakuza, he swings around for Sakai's.
Looking for a target, is able to get away. Sakai's doesn't have the electrifying beats, isn't gonna fully commit, decides to just go for the turtle instead.
Yeah, no one expected that entry from Sakai's. Or maybe not even that entry from Cram when he did get to finish off the kill on Hijume under that tier 1. So Alter Ego Esports may have found themselves a bit too deep, trying to set up somehow for that upcoming objective right there. But when it gets a bit too split up, especially in scenarios like this, they aren't able to coordinate, you don't get to maximize the amount of lockdowns you have, then it's not going to be as easy for Yasuke either.
Yeah, Cram doing work on the Uranus. He's finding the right targets, pushing them away from the fights that are breaking out, and that's part of the plan for SRG. They continue to do that. Malefic Roar picked up here now for Yuzuke, so he's been able to do a lot of damage just with the Blade of Hephaestus. Now that he's got a Malefic Roar, that's great for him to build into, but also at the same time, Sky Piercer and the Hunter Strike for Arfi, and Arfi, if he starts to build up the stacks, then you have more of that pressure where Yasuke just kind of weaves in and out, popping off tons of damage, and then Arfi scales up and is able to capitalize on him or Hijume.
Yeah, it's interesting though. I feel like majority of the attention from Alter Ego has been towards Cram in the EXP lane. Oh no!
On Alec. Vitalize does come in. Will be okay. They're going to re-engage now. Hijume wants to join in on the fight. Yasuke comes swinging in as well. Sakai's unable to get away after that airstrike. Arfi gets the kill and gets his first stack on to that Sky Piercer.
There's a stack for him. They'll clear out the mid lane. SRG is really putting their pedal to the gas here. But the problem is, again, if they get punished like that and then they start to give over stacks, now Malefic Roar 2 for Arfi, you're going to put yourself in a bad position very quickly. This is not a massive lead or anything that they're working with. And Lord's up in about 10 seconds. You can start to see our Alter Ego start to put some pressure on some of these tier 1 turrets. They want to open up the map before these objectives.
Something that's been huge for Alter Ego here, they continue to send Yasuke up to the XP lane, giving Nino the ability to be part of these fights. Because like you said, you know, Nino's going to be huge in a lot of these fights. He's the one that can catch them off guard when Sekai's tries to dive.
Yeah, so that's why they've been putting so much of their attention on the EXP lane. Whoa!
Ooh, I'm offended. Black Shoe's forced out very early. In comes Innocent, getting a couple free shots onto Alex. He wants to try to push it, but he BMI's back. The disengage from SRG, and Lord is back up.
And you get to see that Yasuke is working on the turret down bottom though. Doom's also trying to make sure he is within sight. For me?
It's just his own. It's just his own. Nino able to lock up 3 members. Electrifying Beats pops a little bit early for SRG, and now they are not going to be able to contest this quickly.
They wanted to potentially make a move on Stormy because they knew the Black Shoes was used earlier and that Purify, but it's back up. Neither team wanting to commit to the Lord just yet because, again, they don't really have the space to work with. They want to go ahead and get what they can. Battle spells down if they can. Again, this is very close. It's a very close game right now, especially in terms of itemization. So right now, it's more about trying to get a numbers advantage if they can. If they can get a pick off, that's great. But It's this push and pull. It's
Yeah.
SRG that has the control of the Lord right now, though.
Yeah, you really wouldn't want to try and take down this hero. It's always
Ooh, and I'm offended from Nino! The storm is here, but a blazing duel locks on to Hijume, and Hijume falls! And the backside, Yasuke able to pick up Innocent. It's a gold laner for gold laner, but also a mage from Alter Ego, so SRG still controls the Lord.
Okay, so honestly, when it was just Cram standing in front, then Nino didn't really want to throw out anything just yet, but he found 2 members, and I think that was the perfect opportunity to at least try and set something up. Okay,
Yeah.
so now...
Oh! you saw it coming, Brig.
I didn't.
Linked. What happened? What happened?
Just Stormy got deleted, man. Yasuke is going to be a problem. 6-1. He's been a problem all game. Yums will go ahead and pop off a little bit of damage, but I mean, just with what Yasuke has in terms of items, he can deal with some of this. So positioning now for Alter Ego Esports around this Lord. While Yasuke still on the bottom side, mid lane.
Damage on a Sakai, so he tries to lock onto Arfi. Arfi gets the outplay! With the help of his team, a quick poke in the face from Alec, and there's no way out.
And even Hijume, he just flew out of the entire team fight. Just when we thought he could have been the first to fall. Now that's 2 consecutive crucial members of SRG going down.
Yeah, it's the team fights just are not going the way of SRG right now, and I feel like they've really lost grip of this game just in a couple minutes. They still have control. They can still win a fight without Sakai.
A lot of damage. Innocent tries to escape. Yasuke unable to connect. Cram able to zone away Arfi. But Nino still holds down the Lord.
They reset the Lord here.
Back on the map. Nino wants to keep it going. Yasuke
One reset.
and he's able to take it. But now they've got to get away safely. A big arm offended on the 2 and Nino falls. Alec going to fall next.
Oh, he's gonna chase Yasuke down too. I'm not sure if Sakai's gonna catch him. Okay, barely, but man, they gave the call to just secure the Lord at any cost. They made it happen, but the cost was 3 deaths for Alter Ego.
Yep. Oh, now Crab. Okay, that was close. Okay.
Yasuke
Okay, maybe.
does have a flicker.
Yeah. So still, I'd say it's a really commendable call for Alter Ego to actually go and win that objective, despite them not being successful enough in taking out Innocent, because I think that's where we get to see the entire tenacity fighter emblem combination in action. He was a bit too tanky for Yasuke to finish off the kill, and even then SRG, they were still trying to fight, but Alter Ego successful with the Lord at least, but this might not, or they might not get much out of it, considering the way that the map is looking right now.
Okay, right now they're looking for a potential kill. Nino might have gone for the pull, doesn't go for it. They maintain the tier 2 turret there up top. But SRG has been playing the map as well. They'll deal with that Lord that was pushing down bot. They continue to go ahead and just get reset here. So it's back to it. They built themselves a bit of a lead, and they've got pretty good durability on this lineup. The same can be said for Alter Ego Esports though, and that's where, again, now you're this portion of the game where it's like, all right, the gold laners, it's different, right? When you don't have the fire gold lane, it's like you now have this range accessible to the teams here. You can see that, again, itemization is nearly identical. A bit of a lead for Innocent, but the damage that he's able to pump out with the Blazing Duet is what is a huge threat in comparison for Arfi. You know, again, he hasn't built up a ton of stacks or anything, but he does have itemization on this Granger to deal with some of these this lineup from SRG.
Yeah, this is still, though, Arfi's, or one of Arfi's key heroes. We saw it once, or when he was able to get his hands on this, he did a phenomenal performance, and now he's not as behind. You saw that outplay he was able to accomplish against Sakai's earlier too, and now with a Magic Blade, at least he would be a bit more safe.
The bait was real though. Skies gets pulled back in with I'm offended. Nino in a little bit of trouble, but they should be okay. Free shots on a Cram from Arfi. In comes Yasuke dashing back to the base. The black shoes pop from Stormy, and both teams disengage.
A lot of battle spells were used from Alter Ego. I didn't know if they try to go ahead and go with it. I'm offended pull, but they're going to force a fight potentially again.
Yasuke didn't get his purple buff.
No purple buff for Yasuke. I mean,
before the Lord.
Energy and Lord up in 10 seconds.
Okay. So far, at least, the waves are being managed really well for Alter Ego here. Not entirely the opposite lane, though. They are yet to take away that tier 1 up top. So Alter Ego, the way things are looking right now, especially considering their composition, it's just really Yasuke who you would expect to separate from the rest of the team, but Crab will show up here too.
I love Crab. He's just like, I'm going to pop the Consecrate. I'm going to do my thing. I have an eye on Yasuke.
Yeah.
Lord is up, and it's actually going to be started by SRG. They're blitzing it. And because of that, again, Cram has been everywhere from start to finish up to this point. And he's providing so much information and such a front line for SRG. So with that, they get themselves an easy Lord.
Oh, Conceal?
Conceal's used.
A lot of damage on Ayums. Wilson comes in. Yasuke takes a couple shots to the face. With this Lord, I don't think Alter Ego's going down just yet, as long as they don't make any big mistakes. But there's a high probability of maybe more than one inhibitor dropping.
Yeah, gotta be careful too. There's a Flicker, I'm Offended combo that's brewing if ever they get to successfully clear everything and SRG decide to overstay. But SRG are fully aware of that idea. They aren't actually showing themselves or making themselves available or within reach.
Again, this is a very difficult lineup to just force yourself into the base, right? They've got great, they've got crowd control, they got great clear, especially with a Farsa. I mean, Yasuke can help clear as well, and then Arfi just sitting in the back. He's got a Rose Gold now, a little bit of defense. He picked up a Sea Halberd too. Alec went Radiant Armor, got the Dom Eyes, Chastised Pauldron, so defensively, you know, they are able to go ahead and fight. And I think too, again, Nino, a big pull could change the course of that, so they can actually defend their base, probably even another Lord, and that's why SRG wants to take the discipline route. They can't overstep, even though they have this advantage. If they get punished, there's potential for things to turn in favor of Alter Ego Esports. So it's better if SRG takes this lead that they have, and they just go with the fundamentals, right? Wait for that Lord to come up. If they try to make a response or a conceal play, which is most likely going to come from Alter Ego Esports, then it gives them that advantage to stay alive. Because these feathered airstrikes, you can see it takes Innocent down to half.
Yeah.
So they really have to be careful how they approach it.
It's also looking like a Winter Crown for Sekai's as his last item. So there could be a lot more opportunities to bait out resources for Alter Ego or just stand there and throw out the electrifying beats while everyone just scrambles to keep themselves safe from the damage that you could actually throw out. Wait.
Yums?
I'm offended onto Yums. Arfi had to get a couple more shots. Purple buff is up for Yasuke.
Oh, and they use the feather
Gonna need this
airstrike.
before the Lord.
Feather airstrike used up. Look at this.
Bush.
They're just going to go put pressure here.
Oh. That's a
Very
red
anticlimactic.
Yeah.
That's all part of the plan, though. Like, we've seen this many times, and that's what I was saying when we jumped into this game. With a Fanny on your composition, you know that there's going to be pressure for the purple. If you can't get it, well, here's a fight.
Yums! Onto Arfi. Arfi's not going to be able to get away from this one. Able looking for the better airstrike in response to Innocent with a blazing duet.
Okay.
Oh! Goes down, and Yasuke hasn't even joined in the fight.
Oh, Wind of Nature.
Still doesn't have the energy. Wind of Nature comes through. On the boss side, Cram finally falls. Two members drop from SENGALOR Red Giants. And Alter Ego find a moment.
The Lord is up, though. Does SRG even want to do this without Sekai's? They have to reset.
That footwork we saw from Arfi.
I thought for sure he was gone.
Yeah.
Call that an athletic flicker, by the way. Every time we see that, that is the move right there.
Oh.
He just repurchased. I think he flipped one of his items. I think he buys Rose Gold, and he just bought back, what's it called? Stormy, though, making her way in. This should be a good Lord for Alter Ego.
Ooh.
Wow, a team fight that was started up by SRG. Like I was saying before the Lord broke out, they had them sandwiched in, and Alter Ego responded.
Yeah.
And that's Yasuke without a purple buff earlier.
And on top of that, I feel like, okay, that's...
Can we respect the fact that Arfi sold Skypiercer, just rebought it again?
That's why it's...
Got boots, he has no boots now. That sidestep.
Yeah, that it was, again, there was a bit of help from the Glorious Pathway too, and of course the other members of Alter Ego jumping in, but it was really, a lot of the footwork was just all Arfi at that moment. It was also the Rose Gold also keeping him a bit more safe, but ultimately, without them being able to take down Arfi and with Nino coming in clutch to make sure that Sekai's was gone, Alter Ego now, this is a huge opportunity. It's an evolved Lord.
Evolved Lord up top, SRG on the back foot. Kazuke, all right, putting the pressure. How does SRG respond to this? Nino up front, pulls.
Defended onto Cram. Cram taking too much damage. And Hijume. And look at Arfi. Just like last time. Conceal play. Alter Ego breaking through and the damage is just too much. Innocent comes in, but another I'm offended. Hijume in the backside. The Lord is on the base. Arfi looking for another target. Arfi's down though, shut down from Hijume. They can't quite break through.
They take out a base turret up top and bot. And now one base turret stands for SRG to stay alive.
Alec has the glorious pathway.
Don't have Arfi, but Hijume's gonna reposition. There is a feathered airstrike in the kit. Sakai's gets pulled back in. Nino able to lock him down.
Innocent doesn't have Blazing Duet just yet. Can he defend this? Now he's got it.
Blazing Duet comes in, but it's still not enough damage. One cannon minion on the base. All they gotta do is get a couple more hits. Cram tries to defend. Another wave on the boss side.
He's gonna hold the minions.
Cram's doing everything he can. He gets pulled back in. Some doubted. Some said they'd never make it this far. But today your eyes are on Alter Ego as they take all of the hearts of Indonesia with them to the M7 Grand Finals.